Hi, everybody. We're just about to log into Eventzilla. So Eventzilla, I will go back. So here you are in Eventzilla. So you've got it ready. This is the presentation that I'm going to host, and it's not time for it yet, so that green button isn't available. The green button that lets you into the room will be available at T minus 10 minutes. So anytime T minus 10 minutes and after, you can enter. You should probably be ready to click it pretty much on, at the stroke of the top of the hour, because you need as much time as you can get to get in there, get ready, especially if you've got, if you're a poster, if it's a poster presentation host, you've got to rename a bunch of breakout rooms and stuff. Get in there as early as you can. But it opens up at T minus 10 minutes at the strike of the hour on your computer. Or whenever, top of the minute. So I should not top of the hour, top of the minute. Okay. Now, once you've got that set, what you need to do in sequence is tell Zoom who you are. Now, you have the application. Grant? You're muted, dude.
I think Alex had a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alex, yeah?
Oh, well, okay. I was good. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I was going to wait and see if it was going to be answered first, but I just want to confirm that 10 minutes prior to start of presentation time, it's basically a free-for-all. Anyone can enter who has access to the conference.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So a lot of the things that you have to do when I'm saying negotiate with the presenter, yeah, it's within earshot of the people who came early. But,
okay.
What are you going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to it. So, oh, by the way, if you do have a question, there's a small crowd. So just open up your mic and interrupt. It's okay. Okay. Okay, so you go to Eventzilla. Now, you have to tell Zoom that you are authorized to be the host for that particular presentation. And that's where those passwords and accounts come into play. But before you go in there, David and everybody else, don't forget, you should be logged in to your Zoom app so that then you can get full functionality of Zoom, okay? And then you go to those accounts and passwords. So let's say right now we're running in reception room, okay? So let's say this was the account you wanted. Maybe you're going to be given a shift on help and info for one day. Or maybe it's you find out that your room number is actually Jolt room number 1 or number 4, whatever. Go get the appropriate email address for the room that you have been assigned, okay? And right next to it is its password. So let's take a note of it. Let's do reception. Everybody else, go ahead and copy this, reception. And if you haven't yet, let's see, I'm actually logged into Zoom right now. I'm gonna log out. If you haven't yet, please go to Zoom US, zoom.us, okay, and this should appear in front of you. If you are logged in, then please log out so you can see that sign in button, okay? Is everybody there? You see the sign in button in Zoom US? Who does not see that sign in button? Anyone?
Hold on one second.
Got it.
Damn it.
Okay, I gotta get Michelle Demoto in here. Hang on a second, everyone.
Sure. Aha.
You good?
Just about. So sorry. So we have to log out of the web page?
Which web page?
The Zoom browser, or sorry, Jose.
No.
I missed.
Okay, so
Really?
I'll go for it again. Okay,
I'm
no
sorry.
problem. No, I would rather you say that because I don't mind repeating it at all. Okay, it's confusing. It's got a lot of steps. Okay, you go to Eventzilla and confirm that your schedule and the Eventzilla presentation page that you're looking at match. They have the same IDs and presenter names and everything. Okay.
Yep.
And you go, okay, that's great. And what's the room number? Okay. Well, okay. Actually, I should show you that. Not there. Not there. It is. Okay. Where? Oh gosh, this doesn't show me the room number. Oh, that's because it's a SIG room and topic discussion. Sorry, that's a set one. That doesn't have a room number because it's an entire room all to itself all the time. So for example, this one, okay? Productive activities in an online classroom. Oh, this is also, okay, I got to get into the Friday area. Okay, let's do this by Saturday. These will definitely be presentations. Here we go. All right. And still I don't see a room number. Unless they're hiding these. They used to actually show the room numbers inside these, I'll figure it out in a bit. Don't worry, okay, everyone? It'll have the room numbers in there, and then you will know which of these accounts to actually access. Michelle, are you there?
I am, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Do you have access to the room hosts documents folder?
I do. I don't have it open at the moment. I've just dealt with kids and I'm just opening the computer now.
Totally understand. Thank you very much for making the effort to come in tonight. What you want to do is once you get to the
The
room
Google
host,
Files, yeah?
yeah,
Google
and
Drive?
exactly. And you're looking for this document titled Accounts and Passwords.
Okay.
Okay, while you look for that, I'll just continue explaining to Joan. So you go to Eventzilla, set up that page, make sure it's the one you need. Then you have to tell Zoom that you have the authorization. So, Zoom. So you go to Zoom and you make sure that you are logged out of whatever you were logged in before, and you know that because it's asking you to sign in.
Okay.
So this tells you that you're ready to sign in. Okay, you go into sign in. Okay, and you take that account password or account name that you had just before, and you, oh, no, not that one. I didn't copy it. No, oh, that's right, because in the interim, I actually sent the link to Michelle. Okay, so let's try that.
So I figured out where these room numbers are, Jose, if you want me to share my screen.
I'll give you one more. I'll get you right in a second, Alex. Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, so it appears that you have to go up here to this on mine, it's highlighted, teachers helping teachers thing, and click on that and then it'll take you in there.
Teachers helping teachers thing. Oh, you mean the gray button?
Yeah, the gray one. So I'll click that
Uh-huh.
and then you see how you have Zoom.
Okay, so they've put an extra layer in there. Okay, did everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay, there's an extra layer in there before you can actually get to the fine detail of it. And then you will see it's Zoom 4. I'm gonna get smaller here. Zoom 4, that means room 4 or whatever the name of the room is in there. Okay, is everybody signed in?
Yep.
Okay, let's just wait for David. It might take an extra minute. So any
I
questions?
believe I'm signed in. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, actually, we don't have to wait for David to do that. I'll show you my screen. So, for example, all of my information is there. There's sign in right there. I click that. Okay. And it should take you right to the profile that tells you the name of the room that you just took the account for. And it is called Reception JOLT 2020. Now, you should all see exactly what you're seeing on your screen share image right there. Do you see that, Louise?
Yep.
Good, then you are signed in. Now I'm just going to wait for David. So in the interim, what are the questions that you have at this point?
Sorry, mine's a bit basic. I'm sorry, but the sign into Eventzilla I haven't done today, so I'm not sure about signing into Eventzilla. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You need to get that done though, before you start your hosting. So you don't mean just sign in. You mean like register an account, Louise?
I registered an account.
Right.
Okay. All right.
I haven't received my waiver access code yet.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I haven't got any of that.
Okay, so Alex, didn't you already pay?
No, I didn't. I offered to pay, but then I changed my mind.
Okay, so you did not pay. Okay, so I got to write these down. I thought that you had actually paid.
So
And
I'm
Lou-
writing it down too.
Thank
I'll
you,
write it
Grant.
down.
Back me up. dude. I really appreciate it.
I got it. So is Alex and who else?
Louise,
I'll go in there now in the admin and see if I can figure that out.
thank you. Yeah, if you can actually just get them in there. I'm actually not the details guy when it comes to that, but if you can find Alex Bodner and Louise Heel Kawai, and hey, you may as well get David while you're there too, right? Sarah, you're cool with Eventzilla, right? Okay, you're muted, but it's okay. I got you. And there were a couple of other people here. Martin's here, and who else is here? Michelle, are you cool with Eventzilla?
I think so, yes.
Good. Okay. And I think we're covered. David, you're good now?
No
wait a
problem.
minute, you're still you.
I've been out of this meeting, so I don't know what you just did. So I am me, yes.
Okay. Do you remember what I said about how you go to accounts and passwords and you, after you set up Eventzilla, you authorize yourself with Zoom, that they're two separate steps? Okay, I'll show you one more time.
No, that's okay. Why don't you just go on and I'll just follow you, and then I'll try it out afterwards.
We can do that. It'll take me just 2 more seconds to do this, and it's not bad practice for anyone else. I'll tell you what, Alex, can you explain the steps to David, and you can screen share if you want. You want to show him what he needs to do? Do you think he can do that, or do you want me to do it?
You mean getting access to the Zoom, the
Right.
JALT Zoom presentation?
What I just explained, it really burns it into your head if you have to explain it to somebody else.
Okay. So I have to sign out first so I can show what happens. So let me sign out. I'll sign out and getting ready to screen share. And find my Safari. Okay. Okay. So I'm looking at help and info. We need the login ID, JALT 2020 room plus reception at Gmail. That's quite a bit of lag there. Okay, so I copy that.
That was a lot of lag. Wow.
Yeah. And I click the sign in on the Zoom page, right? Not in the app, but in the browser. And just copy that email address in there. And we go back and get our passwords right next to that. And back here and click sign in. And
Jose,
So stop right there, Alex. Okay,
Yep.
This is a really important point. When the browser tells you, would you like to save this password? Absolutely save that password. Okay, that'll save you a lot of steps, and I'll show you how in just a second. Are you good with that, David?
No problem.
Okay, so if you want, I'm going to because I want us all to be on the same page. Can everyone, let's see, Alex and David, everyone now, okay, remember those steps, okay, leave this meeting, okay, do that from having signed in right there, and then go back to Eventzilla, and then come back in, and you'll see that your name will no longer say Alex Bodner or David Kluge or anything. It will say Reception JALT 2020, because you have authorized yourself with Zoom, and when you go into another meeting, it will use that name because you've already signed in. Okay. So Alex, Sarah, everybody, go ahead, leave for a second, click that Eventzilla link again, come back in, and you'll see that your name will have changed.
okay. Oh, so we're leaving this meeting.
You're leaving this meeting, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
you make sure that you're signed in, then you come back on the same Eventzilla link that you used to come back to.
and Alex, when you get a chance, I think I just got you into the thing. Check in Eventzilla. See if your ticket, I just redeemed your ticket. You should be okay to sign in for free.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for that, Grant. Appreciate it.
Yep.
man. And there's Sarah already. Before even Joan left, Sarah already came back. You're muted, Joan.
Sorry about that.
No.
No, I just realized, okay. I think I'm about to answer my own question.
I love it when that happens.
Okay. All right. I'm going to attempt this. Theoretically, I'll see you shortly.
Don't worry. You've always got me on Facebook and everything. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
And everyone's coming back anyway. No fear. It works.
So,
every time.
Jose, I've got a quick question. It's Michelle
Oh,
here.
Go.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no, it's
research
okay. I can
doc
tell
or
you
anybody.
that voice is definitely Michelle. Absolutely.
Sorry, I just got out of the shower with the kids, so I'm not turning my video on.
No problem. Okay. Wouldn't
But
want you to.
I just have a question. So now that we've signed in through Jolt,
Okay, time. Okay. You did
Yep.
not sign in through Jolt. Okay. You
Yep.
signed in through either Eventzilla, which is run by Jolt, or
Right.
Zoom. Jolt.org is its own place to sign in. So just don't get confused about that. So
okay. So for example,
Oh, that's cool.
if I go to my if I go to my uni classes tomorrow and I haven't, for example, signed out of here, will it come up reception Jolt?
well, it depends on how you do your normal sign-ins at the university. So at the university, how do you normally access Zoom class at the university?
I normally access through the Zoom app. We have a professional account with the university.
Okay, so as long as the Zoom app, and the Zoom app is still logged into the university's account right now, right?
Yes. Okay.
So as long as the Zoom app, you've not signed out of the Zoom app, that Zoom app, if you're, for example, okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter either way because I can just change my name, but I would hate to be using Jolt with unknowingly and using it for my university.
You won't.
Okay. Okay.
You won't. Okay.
That's all.
I just need to get my Zoom window here.
So could I also get Louise to try to sign into, because I don't know whose names are in everyone's reception now.
Should we rename ourselves?
Okay,
Now
why
that
don't
we're
we do
back.
that? Why don't we do that, Grant? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Or just put
everybody
your name
take a
next
look.
to it.
Yeah, everybody take a look at me. I'm going to now show you the naming protocol. So that this when you come into a room that you're about to host, your name should go from the default name of the account to something like, excuse me, you'll have the room number. So let's say this is room 4, and then you don't need 2020. Everybody remembers what the year is. They just need to know that you're with Jolt, that you're the official Jolt representative here. Then parenthesis, Jose C. That's the protocol we'd like you to use. So you can take a look at my name. It is the room number, JALT, parenthesis, Jose C, or not everybody has to name themselves Jose C, Alex B, and Sarah D, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then they know what to call you. So they don't want to call you, excuse me, Jolt. At least they know to call you Jose, or they need to call you David or whatever. David, no luck?
No luck. It's 4 times it said password incorrect.
Okay, you got to be, this is one thing that I wanted to make sure. You got to be careful about copying any extra spaces. So
what I did was I then input it by hand. So and it said password incorrect.
Okay, so let's take a look here. So this is an important part of things. So you have to make sure that you're good with it. What Alex was doing was actually copying all the way over. And really the best way to do this is to double click and drag. If you double click and drag, then it is very precise to make sure that it doesn't include any extra spaces. With a regular drag, you might click and put in an extra space. So
Yeah,
especially
but
with the
Jose,
password.
that's not, so yeah, but as I said, I input the password by hand and still said, wow, it looks like it looks like there's a space between J and A, but I think that's just a
Well, that's the other reason why I don't like looking at these things, because I just go with the double click, right? And copy that and then bring it over. It should be small W2, capital JALT, all caps, and then 2020 as the password. You didn't have any luck with that?
No.
And you're sure you didn't make any mistakes here with the account name?
Jose, if I were sure, then I would have done it right.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll tell you what, I'm going to take you aside after this meeting and we'll see what happened.
Which is
okay?
what I recommended, yes.
There you go. I just wanted to make the attempt. Okay. Everybody, names look good. So those are the names you want to do. So for example, Sarah, you would probably, you probably wouldn't be one of the reception hosts, but let's say you were. Even then, actually, let me show you. The name of the room is actually over here. Even though this says reception, we've changed the naming protocols of the rooms yet again. And now the name of what this room, pardon me, will be is help and information. So it would actually be help and information, not reception. Just a very small thing. The actual room name is here. This is just a login ID and it's hard to change this login ID. So we're going to stick with it. But the actual room name that you're going to use is over here. Okay. Any questions up to there? That's probably the most complicated part of all this. The rest of this is just you being a good presenter and a good teacher. That's the hardest part, technically.
Are you going to be picky about me not having parentheses, or you want me to put parentheses
Yeah,
in?
I'm the parentheses police, Louise. If
Oh,
I
I
can
see
see
mine.
that you're using square brackets, there's going to be hell to pay.
Oh my God.
No, actually, I just don't care.
Okay,
But it should give the audience the indication that they are in the right room, that you're the official JOLT representative, and gives them an idea about what to call you. And it should be good. But I will use the parentheses. All righty. Everybody good? Great. Okay. The rest of this is basically covering the material that you might have seen already in the videos and stuff, and is accessible looking at the room host checklist, looking at, let's see what else. Oh, there it is. Room host protocol complete. Now it's actually not yet complete. Sam is still writing a lot of little details, but this document, room host complete, and sorry, not copy. Where's room host checklist? Room host checklist. Okay. Room host checklist live. There it is. This is the one, room host checklist live. You might want to note that. That's the central sort of reference in terms of the chronological order of what you should have to do. Room host protocol complete also has the same information, but it has everything in it. And I find personally, you figure out what's best for you because you're going to look at all these documents in terms of what guides me and what I need in front of these things. Is room host checklist live. Look at them both, see what you want to work with. Both of them are equally valid information, okay? But the newest one is going to be room host protocol complete, okay? So go in there. Actually, I'm going to, because I'm just more familiar with this document, it'll have the same information though, okay? This basically takes you through preparation, schedule, room entry, renaming yourself, changing your background, all of this stuff, okay? Changing your background continued. And then all of the other steps in chronological order. And let's see, I'm gonna kill my share here. Raise your hand if you've looked at either of those documents, the complete document or the checklist document. That's very cool, thank you very much. Okay, any quick questions up to this point?
So actually, yeah, so which of those, for the day of, do you recommend live or the protocol complete?
So you can actually see Sam Kawakami typing into it. I don't know if you know that. For the day of, so what I would suggest is actually, I think Sam's, what she's doing right now is actually turning them both into the same document. She's
Oh, okay.
converting them into
Yeah.
the same document.
Yeah, Sam said she was going to make one document.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, smart.
So eventually
Smart,
it'll be both. And what she was doing was she made the complete document by herself anew with her own writing style. And then she went back to the document that I made, which is a lot of rough notes and stuff and screenshots.
Uh-huh.
Took what she needed from there, basically merged the two to get best of both worlds. Okay.
Okay.
You can see her. She's actually editing as we go along here. You'll
Nice.
see, there she is. Yeah, there she's there she's editing right now.
Okay.
Okay, so either one, Joan,
Okay. Okay.
just make yourself comfortable with either of the ones that you want to use. The most important thing is that you follow it chronologically. Okay? And that tonight we iron out all the kinks. We maybe do a little bit of practicing. That's what I really want to do. Do a little bit of practicing to make sure that everybody's good with that. Okay. So if everybody's okay with it, everybody feels that they don't have any big questions and you can leave your version of this document in front of you, I would actually like to do role plays. That's what they did this afternoon. I found it really effective. Basically, we're gonna, Grant and me will be playing the roles of presenters and maybe, audience members, and you will take turns playing room hosts. And then Grant and I will give you our comments about what we thought was missing or what was maybe done in better in this order, that kind of thing. You're up for that, eh, Grant? And when you're going through it and you actually need to take a timeout because you want to ask me a question, hey, Jose, I'm not sure about this part, just say timeout, and then we'll go back into the role play after I answer the timeout question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Alex, Joan, Sarah? Wow, you're like my kid.
Definitely not me, thank you. I'd like to see someone else do it first, please.
All right, I'll suffer first.
Okay, so
Thank you, Joan.
No worries, Louise.
Cut that off. Okay, why don't we take this, Joan, right from the moment where you come in and you see me and, oh, it's Jose Cruz. He's the presenter for this, okay?
Okay, but wait, timeout. Should I
That was nice.
start with the timeout?
He's like a rep.
Should I have that little document open? Yeah, that would be logical.
I would if I were you, just so that
Sure.
then you can feel like I'm following, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. Hold on one moment, please, then, while I do that.
And everybody else do the same thing, follow along. Maybe you can outguess what Grant and I might or might not say, kind of thing.
And that was room host protocol complete.
That's not the one I'm looking at, but it's just as good for you,
Okay, I have no idea. So you recommend live. I'm going to go to that.
They're eventually going to be the same document, but yeah.
Okay. Well, it's easier if you and I are looking at the same one, theoretically.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So, okie dokie.
Are there any questions before we begin?
Yeah,
From me or everyone?
Mostly you, Joan, but I think Sarah,
Okay,
Sarah
just-
wanted to ask, so go ahead.
I don't want to assume who you're talking to. Theoretically, I'm okay,
Okay,
but I may call timeout shortly.
no problem. Sarah?
you say you want us to change the background, but what are we changing the background to?
Why don't we
Oh.
skip that part? Because
Godzilla?
hang on. What?
This is
Well,
okay,
why not?
right?
I think we should, Eventzilla, Godzilla. Why not? No, I'm gonna. That's the background. Look at Grant's background, but I'm going to explain that a little bit later because that's a brand new protocol. And it's actually some people, it was revealed to me this afternoon, and I forgot about this. Some people run on computers that do Zoom fine, but are not capable of running virtual backgrounds. So I'm going to leave that to the end. I want to get to the really important part, which is helping your presenter give the smoothest presentation possible. That background is nice, but it is very much the stem of the cherry of the frosting on the cake.
I'm going to do a practice presentation.
Well, I had another question. I don't see breakout rooms.
Because you're not the host yet.
Okay, should I reclaim host?
No, because right now Joan is going to be taking the host.
Okay,
Actually, I should have covered that. Thank you for reminding me. So let's see. Everybody follow me on this one because it might be a piece of information that's important. You are now all on the account that is registered as the host for this meeting. You're all in the reception account, which means that according to Zoom, you have host qualifications. But you are not the first person to come in here. The first person who is qualified to come in here as host will be host, and everybody else will list down as co-host. If you look down your participants list, that's exactly what happened. Okay. Sorry, Alex,
Actually, I screwed up. I logged in as myself, I believe.
I think so, yeah. Otherwise, you would be co-host.
Right.
So you logged in as yourself? Were you logged into the Zoom US website before you clicked Eventzilla to come back?
I can't remember now.
You
Should I
can,
be?
well, it's the one thing that I find is actually hard because conceptually you have to keep all of this sequence correct, and you have to do it in just the right sequence, so it can, like you just saw, or David saw. You know, there's so many places to kind of step over your toes, which is like, did you put an extra space inside the password? So the sequence is you sign out, sign back in with reception, get the
Okay.
password, then go back to Eventzilla and click there, and it should take you in here with host credentials.
Click where in Eventzilla?
Where the same place that you clicked to get in here in the very beginning of the evening.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll explain the next thing.
You can probably perhaps start without me.
Yeah, I think I might.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. See you soon,
So-
Alex.
So,
Okay.
because you all have the credentials, you to the software, you are all reception, which means that you all have the capacity to do something called reclaim host. And to do that, again, open up your participants list and look down at the bottom where it says invite, mute all, more. Okay. And if you click more at the very top of that list, you should see that you have a button called reclaim host.
Yes.
So you could take the host from me forcefully, but I could also take it right back. But this is important in case you are overlapping with there are some places where presentations buttress right up against one another. And in one presentation, the ending discussion was really lively and people are hanging around, and the host just really felt that they couldn't get everybody out of that room. But you're looking at your watch, you're going, holy crap, I've only got 10 minutes to get this set up. You can at least reclaim the host and then get to at least some of the things that you want to do without even having to tell the other host, who perhaps might not even be there for whatever reason. Just want you to know that that button is there. That's how you reclaim it. And I think Alex made it back in. I'm not sure, but the participants list suddenly.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so Joan, why don't you grab the host from me?
Okay. So that would be reclaim host, right?
Yupper.
Okay.
There. See, now my button says reclaim host, right? So now you're the host, and you'll see, Joan, that the breakout rooms are now available to you. Nobody else will see anything different. You were probably notified that Joan is now the host, or that, yeah, that name is now the host. Okay. So let's take it pretty much like you just got into the room. I'm the presenter. You're going to go through that checklist. And I'm going to make it easy on you first because you're the first one. I'm going to be a cooperative, compliant, knowledgeable presenter. And then we're going to start turning up the heat, granting you.
Oh, great.
Louise, you should have gone first. I tell my students in my classroom, you know, if you want to do the easy demonstrations, go first, raise your hands first. So everybody puts their hands up first. Hey, Linda.
All right. So, hey, Linda. So I'm supposed to rename myself. So
Yep.
technically,
Let's say you did that part. Yeah.
I've done that. Thank you.
You know
very
how to
much.
do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And change my background.
Yeah. Forget about that part. I'll explain that later.
Okay. Identify the presenter. That would be Jose. Talk to the presenter. Hello, hi, Jose.
Hi, Joan. By the way, I don't suggest that you actually read this out loud. You're going to make the presenter nervous. But let's say.
Sorry.
No,
Well,
no.
hopefully I'll have a better handle on this by that time. Okay, so talking to the presenter. So this is sorry. Screen sharing video, breakout rooms, how to take questions. Okay, so my question for you, Jose, would be,
Yes.
are you running your own video, or do I have video from you that I'm supposed to share, or should we screen share? What would you like to do?
I will be screen sharing, but I've got my keynote presentation all lined up. I've done a lot of practicing, so as long as you, help me with the screen sharing, although I'm okay with screen sharing, I think that I have everything I need over here.
Okay, okay. And then are you going to need breakout rooms?
No, thank you. No, that's a
Okay.
little bit complicated for this presentation.
Sure, sure, sure. And then also, how would you like to take questions for your presentation?
You know what? I would prefer that if somebody has a question, that they actually type it into chat. And then
Oh,
if
okay.
you don't mind, just watch the chat for me. And as questions come, at a judicious moment, just tell me there's a question. And then if you can read it for me, then I'll answer it right there.
Okay, sure. So that means,
And then maybe at
sorry.
the end, we can just open mics for like an open mic chat, open mic question thing.
Sure. Okay. So just to make sure I understand, so you're saying that you would like to, if there's like a break in your presentation, you would like me to sort of say, by the way, Jose, we've got a couple questions on blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, make sure do you want me to give you a time signal so that you know that, it's time for questions?
No, thank you. I'm better off just doing it in my own head. I practiced this through and I got my watch. I'm cool.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you don't want me as a backup to say
Not for time. Yeah, I would just want you to sort of make sure that I have the questions.
Okie dokie. That sounds good. All right. And screen sharing, sorry.
No problem.
Mild timeout while I talk to myself. Screen sharing video. Okay. So while I talk, so mild timeout. So screen sharing, when I do this, I mean, I let them share screen, I share the screen, or, well, no, if I share the screen, they're looking at my screen, which is not what's interesting to people at this moment.
Right.
Yeah, you need to make him co-host, and then he can do a little bit more. So you skip that step. Be careful with
Okay.
that.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So Jose, sure. Good Lord, Jose, where are you? There you are. Thank you very much.
Then he can do a little bit more on his.
What number are you on, Joan?
What do you mean? What number am I on?
The number of the checklist, like it's numbered 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, I see that number. I was like, what are you talking about?
But he's nervous.
No, not at all. No. I think I hopped right. I'm on number 7.
Okay.
Along with Samantha, apparently. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
I told all of the room host coordinators I'm gonna be like doing a training session. She's like doing it. Okay, you keep talking. I'm gonna tell Sam maybe let up on the editing for a little bit.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so where would be talk to the identifier, take your shot. So actually, and maybe this is coming, so I'm still timeouting.
Keep going.
Talk to the person, screen sharing. Make sure to check the 2 buttons at the bottom of the list. Okay, so there it is, number 8. Haha, make the presenter either host or co-host. Okay, I'm still timeouting. Sorry, but do you want to make that earlier?
Make
like
what
closer
earlier?
to the to the screen sharing part? Because I never would have asked that.
Go,
Does
Grant.
that make sense?
Go, Grant.
Yeah. What I do is I do it as soon as I know who the presenter is and get it out of the way, because then they can do things that takes it off your plate. And a lot of presenters are going to want to do that anyways. And then just as they do things, just check it off your list is what I do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's their presentation. We're just there to help them, right? So it's their presentation that would just relax and just have fun with it. I think is good advice.
To me or to them or to both of us?
Both of us. Both
okay,
of them.
thank you.
Everyone.
Everyone. Okay. All right. Yeah. So then my only advice would be to move number 8 up to like 7.1 or something, or put it closer to the screen sharing thing. Because
you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, because as a relatively nervous person who often appears calm, that would be really helpful to me.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So on time outing, I'm going to number 9. All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming today to Jose's presentation. We're very pleased to have you here. My name is Joan Bailey, and I'm your room host for today. And Jose has asked that you put your questions in chat. And I'll keep an eye on that, and I'll do a summary for you a little bit. I'll summarize them and pose those questions to Jose while he's doing his presentation if there's space for it. Otherwise, I think Jose plans to leave 10 minutes at the end for questions. All righty? All right. So, and also everyone, you're going to be muted. And I forgot to ask, sorry, Jose, did you want to record this presentation?
Yes, please.
Okay, okie dokie. So yeah, so everyone, this presentation will be recorded. So what am I supposed to tell you? Sorry. So if you don't want to have your image recorded, please turn off your camera. And you can also adjust your name if you like. That's totally up to you. And let's see if you have any, okay, and here we go. So our presenter today is Jose C. Sorry, I will practice this. I promise I will practice this. No, I'll practice on timeout.
Joan, I don't know if I've ever even told you my last name, so it's cool. I get it. It's
well,
cool.
I should know. We're friends on Facebook. Okay.
It's okay.
So anyway.
Jose, check chat.
All right. All right. And so Jose C, thank you for joining us today at JALT International 2020. We look forward to your presentation entitled How to be a Room Host. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Joan. Well, thank you very much, everyone. That was my presentation. Yeah, that's about what I have to say. Thank you very much.
All right. And everyone, if you could just unmute yourselves a little bit and we'll give Jose a round of applause.
Yay.
Jose, please check.
Really silent. Yeah, sorry, David. I was bouncing around things there. I answered you in chat.
Yeah, okay.
Keep going, Joan. Still a couple of steps.
Yep. Let's see. So question period, keep going through the question. Sorry, I won't mumble to myself. Presentation ends. Thank you very much, Jose C. And everyone, I'm gonna ask you to unmute one more time for a final round of applause. Okay, and I'm gonna stop the recording. And okay, thank you. So timeout. So I stopped the recording and I end the meeting for all.
Okay, that part of the protocol hasn't been completed, but there are a few things, but generally you did okay, considering that, you know, it's your first time. A couple of things.
Yep.
Let me go over these first, Grant, and then you can patch in with whatever else you saw. With screen sharing, like if you look back up just below number 7, where it says screen sharing video, that's actually a fairly important part where the screenshot is, where it's showing the 2 audio buttons.
Yep.
You really want to make sure that that gets done. That you do a test share with the presenter. You tell them, well, listen, we got a couple of minutes right now. Why don't we make sure that your screen sharing is okay? And I would probably go, okay, I already know how to do that. May I right now? And that's when you make them the co-host. And you're right, Joan, that was very perceptive. That should be ahead of number 7. Make them the co-host. They hit screen share and make sure, and you know, you can tell them, I don't mean to assume that you don't know it, but please make sure, because even veteran Zoomers like me forget to hit those 2 buttons.
Okay.
Hit those 2 buttons once, they will stay sticky all the way through the presentation. Any time you turn off or on, it'll still be there. So even if I say something like, actually, you know what, I just want to talk to my audience and I don't have any screen sharing to do, other than be good, still tell them. Yeah, but could we just make that sure that, because I've seen this before, somebody goes, you know what, there's a really great video clip I have of this, and then suddenly they'll want to share. Then the most inopportune moment, they forget to click those 2 buttons.
Right. Okay. And those, sorry, those 2 buttons. So that's advanced sharing options, right?
There are only two buttons on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen sharing palette. Both of them should be clicked.
Screen sharing palette.
So you know screen sharing, Joan, down there,
Yep.
the screen share
Yep.
button. So
Yep,
if you
yep.
click that screen share palette, you look
Yep.
down at the bottom left-hand corner, there's a button for share computer sound and another one for optimize screen share for video clip.
Aha. Yes,
Those
yes,
two.
yes, 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 yes.
Those two, you have to point that out to them. Please do that right now, even if you have no intention of sharing anyway. I just want to save some time in case suddenly
Nice.
you're inspired to do something.
Okay, that's awesome.
A couple of other things. You don't really need to ask them permission to record. It is assumed that this will be recorded.
Oh, really?
What you do is you tell them, so it will be recorded. Is that okay with you? That's fine.
Okay.
But you just say, okay, so it'll be recorded. You don't have to ask permission. And if they
To the
don't-
presenter, right?
you just remind them that it will be.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'll get confused. Oh, should I? Well, what do you think? I don't know. And these people are already
Gotcha.
nervous. You just tell them this is the protocol, and that gives them one less decision to make.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on just
Okay.
1 second, Greg. Just 1 second. Oh, was that David?
Yeah.
Okay, so David, just hang on 1 second, okay? And then what you'll do is, what was I saying? So the recording, okay? If the presenter says, no, I don't want to, okay, don't fight it. Just say, got it, we won't record. It is
okay.
entirely their final decision, but try not to make it one more decision they have to do because they
Right.
already assumed it's going to be recorded. Sorry, David, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
You just covered it.
Okay,
I was
got
gonna-
it.
I was going to say, if you say, is that okay with you? If they say no, what do you do? And then you just answered it. That's all.
Then you just say, okay,
Yeah. that's
right?
right.
But I wouldn't even mention it. I would just say it will be recorded. Okay, that's mentioning it, but I wouldn't phrase it as a question. Last one, and this one is hard because it's also not written down in the protocol yet. At the end of the presentation, you might end up with like a really great discussion about some of the topics, or there are several
Right.
experts on the same thing and people are still bouncing off each other, having a great time having a discussion about this. Now, you're looking at your watch, and this is where you have to exercise some discretion. What should you do? You don't want to just say, sorry, out. That's not a really good thing to do. You want to watch this and say, this sounds like it's going to end in 2 or 3 minutes, so let them go. And you think to yourself, there's 15 minutes between the official end of your presentation, minimum 15 minutes to the next presentation, sometimes an entire 2 hours before anyone else uses that next room.
Okay.
So if the conversation is going well, then let it go on. But if it seems like it's going beyond 2 or 3 minutes, you can say, I'm sorry, Evan, really sorry, but we're beyond time. Can I invite you to do this if you want to continue your
Right.
conversation? Everyone here, just decide amongst you right now, show of hands, self-organize. And that's why it's important for you in Eventzilla oops, that's the wrong one. Oops, oh dear, that was Joe, what did I just show you? Okay, come here. Okay, so that's why in Eventzilla, it's important for you to actually remember to check what the SIG is too.
Oh,
SIG
okay.
that is associated with this particular presentation. So in this one, it's Global Issues in Language Education. Okay, this is JIAL. Every SIG at JOLT Call, this conference, will have a specific room, a specific breakout room allotted to it in the general SIG room. So there's a room just like the reception room that's always open from Monday all the way to the next Monday. Okay? And it's called SIG and Topics. In there are other breakout rooms allocated to each and every SIG, and you tell them, well, this is actually a JIAL SIG, so I welcome you to go to the JIAL breakout room in our SIGs. You'll find the SIGs button at the top of Eventzilla, right next to the help and info room. And why don't you guys go ahead and continue there? We also have hangout rooms if you need it, or if you need any help with any of your small computer problems, there's the help and info desk. And please go on in there. Please feel free to make a bunch of new friends in the hangouts or in the SIG rooms. But right now, I got to close this room. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jose. I will now stop the recording. Click. Okay, everybody, is that okay? Did you want to ask me anything? No? Okay. Have a good rest of the conference, kind of thing. Okay. That part of the protocol is not yet written.
Okay. Nice. Okay. But what
Grant,
about the whole like, oh, sorry.
No, go, Joan.
The whole end meeting for all.
That's basically, that's the moment where you hit the lead, no, I'm sorry, not the lead button, the end button. So that's what
Right.
you have right now is the end button, right?
Yeah.
If you hit that, this whole thing will shatter, okay? Anybody else has the leave button, which means they leave individually. But when you're the host, you're gonna get the end button. You're gonna get a last chance to cancel that in case you, I have accidentally hit that button by mistake. Okay, so you hit that at the end when you're absolutely sure that everybody's okay with it, and you actually check it by waving. When you wave and everybody else waves, then you know that nobody else had anything but an intention to leave anyway. And it's nice.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
What
yeah,
else
yeah.
did you have, Grant, as advice? Anything? If not, shall we go on? We're starting to run a little bit late tonight.
Let me just first say, yeah, Joan, great job, actually. I thought that was very good. But one
Thanks.
thing that might be an issue, first of all, there's a question in the chat room, and the answer to that is, well, the question is, if you forget to optimize the screen, once it starts, can you do it on the fly?
On the fly.
You know,
No,
you
you would have to quit that
Right.
share, hit that
And do it
button, then come back. Now, if they're not
Ew.
too early into the video, I would say, yeah, maybe you could just start over because like you'll be able to hear it. It sounds weird and tinny and muffled, and then when you hit that button, and it just sounds like someone's on a microphone, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so then the recording, the other thing was with the recording is that the protocol is still a little sketchy, and we've kind of bounced back and forth. Is what happened at some of the other conferences, this is not called, by the way, this is actually the national conference, but I just want to make sure the record was straight while we're recording on that. But what happened is
Oh, thanks.
people get nervous, so they join the room early, the next room host. And they'll come in with the account and it'll be the co-host, and they'll reclaim the host once you allow them to. But with the recording, I believe we decided that we actually have to shut the room down. And so it goes to the cloud and then fire it back up. Was that where we're at with that, Jose? Do you remember?
Actually, thank you for reminding me just about the recording. I didn't see in the protocol that it specified you must record to the cloud.
It is there. It is
Okay,
there.
good. So that's written there for you. You don't have to say that out loud, but make sure
Right.
that's recorded to the cloud. And just before you hit the end meeting, or I'm sorry, no, not just before. When you tell everyone, okay, that'll be the end of the recording, click the recording off, and then you make that final sort of pitch to go hit the other rooms.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
And
sorry, John, just before, sorry, just before I forget this train of thought. All of this is relatively flexible. It doesn't have to, especially at the end, it doesn't have to follow too much in chronological order as long as you make sure that you hit it in general terms. The beginning is more important in terms of the chronological stuff, especially the stuff before you begin to introduce the presenter. But the stuff at the end, you can make it up. But what's important is that you do hit the end record button and that you do close the room.
okay.
Sorry,
Awesome.
John, go. What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
No, I just clarified for myself. I did the thing where I answered my own question, and that was where how to record to the cloud. And I see that that's an option. Like if you choose more and then record on this computer, record to the cloud, and that's very nice to see.
Good.
So,
Okay, let's keep going. Thank you, Joan. That was a great job. Who wants to take the next one? And this one's going to be a little more difficult. I'm going to play the ignorant. Oh, Alex, this is good. Alex knows how to deal with ignorant Jose because he's been dealing with ignorant Jose for the past, I don't know, man. I've known you since 2010 or so. So yeah, 10 years of ignorant Jose. And this is going to be top level ignorant Jose. Okay. So why don't you reclaim the host? Do you know how to do that? I think you were here when I explained that, eh? And you'll need to unmute yourself.
Okay, that's
Actually,
done.
guys, I gotta run. So
Really? Okay, so remember, you can contact me anytime, Slack, and you and Rich have me on FB and everything else too, okay?
Yeah,
Joan,
thanks so
before
much.
you go, sorry, Joan, before you go,
Yep.
where can you find the video? Where could Joan find the video of this if she wants to review the part that she missed?
I will
Nice.
put it in Slack, just like all of the connections to the other training videos. I will put this in Slack. Grant will explain, or I will explain that to you, David, about getting on Slack and stuff. Are you on Slack, David?
Yes, I am, but I wanted you to explain to Joan before she left.
Okay. Joan's on Slack, right? Joan, you're on Slack.
I am on Slack.
Okay,
Yeah.
it'll be in Slack.
David is my fellow Wisconsinite, has my back. So.
Okay. It'll be on Slack. I'll get you there. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you all. Have a good night. We'll see you
Good night.
soon.
Yep. We'll see you.
Yeah, good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Good night.
Alex, you good to go?
Yep, sure.
Okay. So let's take it right from the top. And this time I'm going to be a little bit more nervous. I'm going to be a little bit more ignorant. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I see you're here. Jose Cruz?
Oh, you're the Jolt host guy.
Yes,
Alex,
yes.
nice to meet you.
yes.
I'm
nice
Jose
to meet you.
Cruz.
Welcome. Yes, I am your room host.
Ah, great. Been waiting for you. Yeah, this is
Okay.
going to be good, I think. I'm really hoping this is going to be good. Yeah.
I think you'll do fine. It's going to be great. So I want to go over a couple of things with you, okay?
Sure,
Before we
please.
start, to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure everything goes off to a nice, smooth start.
Great, great.
Yeah. While I'm doing this, I'm just going to rename myself and maybe even change my background. But as for you,
Yeah.
let's see. I need to check a couple of things, just
Sure.
some minor things. Let's see. Okay. First thing I want to make sure is that your screen sharing is set up.
Okay. I've heard of screen sharing, but I got to be honest with you. I don't really use Zoom at school. We have Google Classrooms there, so maybe you can walk. me
Okay.
through that.
Well, do you plan to show slides?
Yeah, I have a Keynote on my Mac.
Okay, perfect. You look at the bottom of your Zoom screen,
Mm-hmm.
and you will see screen sharing.
The green one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
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 So click on that, and you should get a window open up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
And inside there, you should find one of the windows, which is your Keynote slides.
I don't see it. What should I do?
Just make sure that your Keynote slides are open on your computer.
Oh, geez. Oh, sorry. I'm so numb. I got to
No,
tell
no
you,
problem.
I'm a little bit nervous right now. It's the very first time I've presented at the national level. Let me
Yeah.
run that. Okay, I guess I should close this.
Yeah, if you don't have any
Okay,
windows
my
that you
Keynote is
don't need.
open. Can I start the screen sharing again?
Yeah, try it again.
There it is. So, good. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Now what do I
So
do?
while that's still open,
Yeah.
at the bottom of that window, in the bottom left corner, there are two little check boxes. One says share computer sound. Do you see that?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And next to that is also optimize screen share for video clip.
Okay, and
Check that also.
so both of them.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. In case you need to share any sound, right?
I actually do want to share. There are some videos in my Keynote. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's really important because
Okay.
it's a
Then
big
what
hassle.
do I do?
After that, you click the blue share button in the bottom right corner.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna play some music.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
so-
Great. What else? What else?
Okay.
What else
Next, do you plan to use breakout rooms?
no. It's only a 25-minute thing. Besides, I've never done breakout rooms in Google Classroom, so it's
Okay.
a nice idea, though.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's no problem. And next, how would you like to take questions during this presentation? Would you like to-
Can we, because it's only 25 minutes and I've timed myself right to 20 without any interruptions.
Mhm.
Can you do me a favor? And if there are any questions in chat, like copy them. And
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the last 5 minutes, I'll try to address as many as I can.
Okay, yeah. I'll keep track of all the questions that come in during the chat. I'll tell the participants to put their questions in the chat, and I'll relay them to you at the end. So at the end, would you want me to give you a signal when?
Oh,
10
that's a
minutes
good
is left?
idea. Can you tell me when there's like 5 minutes up? Just like maybe, I don't know. Like, oh yeah, just say it. Just say it out in your mic, just interrupt me, Jose, you got 5 minutes left kind of thing. 6 minutes left kind of thing.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. All right. Do you have any other special requests?
Gee, I don't know. Got any advice? I've never done this before.
Just relax. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. You're talking to friends, you know.
Good advice.
Yeah. All right. So,
I
oh, and one more thing. Have to make you co-host. Okay.
Wait, time out. You would have made me co-host at that point so that I could have shared screen.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I
So-
thought maybe you weren't telling me, because sometimes you just don't tell somebody that, especially if they're this nervous. I thought you would have, but that's okay. That's okay. Back, time in.
Mhm. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. All right. Okay, in a couple minutes, when it's time to begin, I'll introduce you and let you go.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
looking good, man.
Don't forget to spotlight the speaker.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that part.
Spotlight. Okay. All right. I'll make sure you're spotlighted.
Before you start the video would be good. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
time-
that's on the protocol either.
I don't think it is actually. I just remembered I meant to do that from this afternoon, just to tell Sam about spotlighting.
Yeah, it's not on the page I'm looking at. Okay.
It's not,
and-
so skip it. And I'll cover that after this practice session is finished with you, Alex.
oh, okay.
Time in.
Okay. All right. And now, as we prepare to begin, please be aware that this presentation, wait a second, time out.
You know what?
Okay.
Time out. Just for everybody who's listening, you can read it, okay?
Yeah.
But because stuff like that happens, and until you've read it 2 or 3 times, it can be easily stumbled. I just wing it every time.
Yeah.
Basically, the purpose is you're going to be muted, you're going to be recorded. Change your names, close your cameras if you want. So if you go through that sequence, winging it is actually a lot easier to say. But it's all up to you, dude. So time back in.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Bodner, and I am the room host for this presentation. And your mics will be muted, and this presentation will be recorded. Okay. If you don't want to show your face, then you should turn off your camera. Okay. And I'll begin recording now. Okay, now I present to you Jose Cruz. Thank you for joining us today, Jose, at JALT International 2020. We look forward to your presentation entitled Being Obnoxious. Please go ahead.
I'm an expert in this topic.
Just
So
kidding.
I'm sure you all enjoyed that presentation. Thank you very much. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, thank you for that, Jose. And I'd like to ask everyone to unmute their mics and give Jose a round of applause. Thank you. All right, and now Jose will take questions. And I gathered all your questions, and
Thanks a lot for that. No, those were great questions, everyone.
all right, and one final time. Yeah, okay, and one final time, I'd like a round of applause for Jose. Okay. And if you want to continue the conversation, we do have a special room. Room, I don't know which one, but yeah, whatever.
The obnoxiousness sig.
Okay. And enjoy the rest of the conference. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Okay, so just so that then that last little bit isn't in the recording, like about, okay, enjoy the last conference, this sig, that sig. So after you give the last round of applause, I wouldn't even say I'm going to stop the recording. End it on the applause. That's a nice way to end it, right there. Everyone's still applauding. Hit it right there. Then go to the last bit of your spiel. Otherwise, that was really well done, actually, pretty good. The only other thing that I would say is that because depending on how you time it, that long introduction of saying, okay, everybody, cameras, mutes, this is Jose, he's going to talk about this. Be careful that doesn't eat up any more than about 20 or 25 seconds.
Yeah.
There are some people who, when they get nervous, get really frustrated and irritated, and they look at the clock and they think, he stole a minute off my 25-minute presentation. So just to avoid that, just make it super fast and just
Right.
make it, okay, everyone, we're going to begin the presentation. Your mics will be muted. If you do not wish to be recorded, please take this time to turn off your cameras and change your names because this presentation will be recorded. I will be hitting the record button right now. There you are. Now that we're being recorded, we can start. Our presenter today is Alex Bodner, and he will be talking about cycling through Nagasaki. Professor Bodner, take it away. Totally like about 20 seconds, super sharp, and make it quick because it is their presentation time, right?
Yeah, good point. And nobody wants to listen to the host blab on.
Grant, you have anything?
No, I thought he did an excellent job. Yeah. And, I agree with what Jose said. The order, as long as everything's done, don't focus too much on the order and then get lost in confusion halfway through it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And now questions from the rest of the fine people here tonight. Did you want to ask me anything about what I said or what Alex did or whatever you got?
No.
Yeah, I really, sorry, this is a strange question, but clearly Alex and Joan before were both reading the checklist as they were doing it. And I've been reading along with them while they were doing it. But to do that, I have the this Zoom meeting completely in a tiny little box in the top right-hand corner. I can't see any other way of doing that to be able to read the document and see it at the same time.
I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone got any hints as to how to do that better? Print it out. I see that, Grant.
Use your phone.
Yeah, I have my eyesight won't manage with the phone, I think. It's a good suggestion.
David,
yeah,
did you have your hand up?
I was going to say what Grant said is either print it out or have another computer with the document downloaded and so that you can read it from a different device.
That would have been my suggestion too. Print it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might be able to get a second computer in here.
There.
I'll print it out. That's what I'll do. But I won't print it out until Samantha's finished editing it, right?
Right.
Probably wise, yeah. And we still have a few days. That's what even us at the RHC, the room host coordinators, are thinking. The plenaries, the big things that are happening from Monday to Thursday, that's all covered by different part of the room hosts, different staff. For us, we have a few days until Friday when things really start to pick up, and then you check those documents. David?
I thought Alex did an excellent job. There are just 2 points that I wanted to point out that would help everybody. One is, you did say that if you didn't want your face shown, turn off your camera, but you didn't say anything about the name. And I think we need to say that we need to definitely say at the beginning, if you don't want your name or face shown, you need to turn off your camera and change your screen name. And the second thing is, when you're doing the applause, you have to give people time to go to and so you have to say unmute. The unmute, you have to first say unmute your mic, and now let's give a round of applause, rather than say unmute and give a round of applause. And by the time people get to that, or it's past the applause time. So I think those things are really would be helpful for everybody.
That's actually, yeah, an important point, David. Thank you very much. I would even put this on top of that. That the sequence that I do it in is this. I would say, okay, everyone, that was a really good presentation. Why don't we show our appreciation to Professor Bodner? And that's why I want you to unmute your mics. And in a couple of seconds, I'll be asking you to clap into your microphone so that Professor Bodner can hear our appreciation. Okay, so please unmute your mics and let's give Professor Bodner a round of applause. In that case, then you do want to stretch it out a bit, exactly for the reason that David just said. Some people are still fumbling around looking for the microphone icon. So you tell them why, you give them a few seconds to do it after you tell them to do it. then you go. It's like leading kindergartners kind of thing. But because it's Zoom, we're all kindergartners in a way that way. But yeah, that's a really good point, David. Thank you. Ooh,
Yeah.
Joyce or Michelle or Louise?
I just have a quick question with the spotlighting. Is that only available when you're a host or a co-host? Is that correct?
Let's go over that right now. Okay, Grant, was that in the protocol yet, spotlighting? Not
I
yet.
haven't seen it.
Okay, it'll get in there real soon. So, Alex, did you just spotlight Linda?
I didn't actually. Actually, I have the option to remove the spotlight.
Who's hosting?
Oh,
Yeah, there you are. Okay, yeah. Yeah, could you, okay, so there you go. So I'm, normally when somebody is speaking, they'll be the first speaker in speaker view. But for example, I'm gonna grab the host back, okay? Now that I'm the host, I can actually assign who will be spotlighted. Now, is anyone here not familiar with spotlighting? I assume you all are.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay, okay.
Co-host can spotlight, by the way. That was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm eating dinner. I'm
No
hungry.
problem, no problem. So spotlighting is the idea that if you're in a room of about 50 people and you want everyone to specifically watch one person, you can specifically choose that person to spotlight. And that spotlight will not change no matter who is speaking. So the camera is always on Grant, right? Now here's an interesting thing. This up until now, until Zoom 5.4 was single camera spotlight. But we will have some presentations with 3 or 4 presenters at a time. Now, I keep telling myself this has to be written into the protocol because at the beginning, it would be nice if these 3 guys or these 4 ladies all wanted to be on the screen at the same time. They can all be on the screen at the same time. You basically add a spotlight and these 3 co-presenters now will always be on screen for everyone at all times. And then they can talk to each other. They can say, oh, what do you think, Grant? Oh, I don't know, Alex. I don't know if that's really the point I wanted to make. I thought that you did da, 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 da. All 3 are always on the screen. That is multi-spotlight. Even though I'm the one speaking, you guys are on the camera. And that means that when one of the 3 speaks, the other 2 will not be bumped off. That's called a multi-spotlight. Now, you can, whoever wants to practice that, I'll talk you through it. But you'll have to reclaim host for me. Linda, why don't you grab the host from me? Do you remember how to do that?
No.
Oh, you weren't here for that? Okay. So look at your participants list, and down at the bottom of your participants list, bottom right, you should see a button that says Reclaim Host.
Reclaim host?
Oh, wait, Linda. Oh, that's right. Linda, you didn't come in here with the right credentials. That's right. You came in a little bit late. So I have to explain that to you and David a little bit later. But there's a way after you properly authorize yourself with Zoom that you can actually act as a host anytime that you want. You know what a host is, right, Linda?
Yeah.
Okay, but right now you don't see a button that everybody else sees called Reclaim Host. So for example, you can see here that, Grant, can you grab the host off me? See that button becomes Reclaim Host? I know that's probably small on a small screen, but it says Reclaim Host right there. Right there, bottom right, it's flashing.
I'd like to
it's
comment
E.
that mine doesn't say that.
Okay, so if I
Mine
can,
is 3 dots and you have to
yeah, the
press.
3 dots.
Yeah,
Reclaim.
so click the 3 dots and then it'll be inside there. So also, Linda, I'm sorry, with some computers, it's different. With some versions of Zoom, it's different. If there's a button on the bottom right-hand corner of the participants window, click that and you'll see either Reclaim Host right away, or you click it and you'll see it as a menu item. You okay with that, Linda?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember that, and that's the way it'll be for you. Okay, I'm gonna grab it back off you, Grant.
No.
Yes. Okay, now to remove people from Spotlight, okay, anybody who is spotlighted, you'll see the 3 dot button again at the top right-hand corner of their camera. You say remove spotlight, okay? And it might be handy sometimes, like if you want to go back to gallery view for a long and lively discussion, you do that. But the last one, here's where it gets difficult. The last spotlight, that button, oh, Grant removed himself. I was about to show everybody that that spotlight last button disappears. So you have to remove the last spotlight from the participants list. Okay.
I didn't remove myself, actually. Someone else did. Sarah
Oh.
did.
Maybe. Very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to go back to normal view here. Who wants to try the last one? And this time I'm going to be like a totally worthless presenter, and Grant is going to be the annoying audience member.
Oh, God.
The
I
tough
do
one.
well.
And yeah, we've had practice. We did this afternoon.
Oh, no. Shall I do it? Shall I go for it?
If there's anyone in this room, Louise, who could handle this, it is you.
I don't know. Maybe.
right.
Anyway, I've turned my video on specially.
Lovely. Okay, you good? You want to ask us any questions before we move into it?
Yeah, sorry. It's 8:30. I need to go and have dinner and get some other things done. I'm not going to be able to have any session with you on this today. If you could in the chat just to indicate what would be a good time to do that.
Let's make a date right now, David. Linda,
Or
maybe
I could do it, Jose. I could work with them.
are you
'cause-
sure, Grant?
Yeah, Dave and I are online a lot together, so.
Yeah.
Excellent. So why don't I leave it to you guys to work that out between yourselves. Linda, I'll work out a time with you too. And who else wasn't able? No, that was it. David and Linda. Yeah. And I'll get everybody else too. Michelle, are you still there? No,
I don't see
no, she's not. No, she's gone. Yeah.
She said
Martin's
goodbye.
here. Say what, Grant?
I think she said goodbye.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago, 8:14.
Sorry. My brain is fried from this
Yeah.
whole week. Anyway, David, thank you very much. Yeah, please go anytime you want.
Jose, great job. Thank you very much.
And thank you for coming in late to do this. Thank you.
Not at all. My pleasure.
Louise, the guns are coming for you. You okay?
Yeah, my problem is I'm going to have to not be able to see anything but a tiny little thing in the top corner in order to be able to read the.
So let me put it to you this way. The beginning, your big job is to make sure that there's a couple things to do, that they're all set. One of them is that the presenter is ready, they have their materials, and that screen sharing is good to go. And the hardest part of screen sharing is making sure that those two audio buttons are ready. The next big thing is that you negotiate with the presenter the things that you will be doing and that they want you to do through the presentation. So those are the two big goals. And the best way to remind yourself about what it is that you have to do is, what is it that's important through a presentation? Questions, okay? The timing of things. And those are probably the two things, like, well, how do you want me to call out time? And how do you want me to handle questions? Then at the end, just be the host of a party. We're going to show appreciation to our guest speaker, that kind of thing. And I'm sure most of it will probably fall into place. But yeah, I know you're in a handicap because you can't see your stuff. I understand. And if you need to time out, just say time out.
Okay.
I'm the presenter. Grant is the weirdo participant. Okay.
Yeah, the trouble is I'm only going to be able to see one of you. And when I'm speaking, oh God, I can only see myself. I don't want to see myself.
You can put us into gallery view like you.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. So this is still timeout. I haven't started yet.
Yeah, no.
Gallery view. Are you still? How am I gonna get? Yeah, maybe is there someone else who wants to practice? Because I could go and get my son's computer and open up the. I'd rather be able to see the two things at the same time.
Got it. Why don't we do that? We'll put you to one person behind. Sarah or Martin, maybe. You want to give it a crack? Martin? I don't even know. What we got here? Click on the dots in your pictures. Sarah yourself. Oh, it's you did no. It's not. That's not so much the problem. It's just that Louise wanted to be able to see the instructions. I think Sarah. That's why she went to go get the other computer.
Wing it. That's what practice is all about.
Sarah, you're good. You don't want to try? No, it's up to you. Martin?
I've been through this with students. I'm on Zoom all the time because I'm in Tokyo. So, hey.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember, or I know you were at Pan Sig, but I couldn't remember if you were one of the hosts at Jolt Call. I don't think so, though. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Martin, you're good? Haven't heard much from you tonight. Yeah, he's good. Okay, let's see. Linda, you want to try? No.
I need the host thing though, don't I?
We can
Not-
kind of fake it through most of that, you know. The part about screen sharing and stuff or recording, that's the part where the host is important. But we can just fake it, pretend, you know.
Uh-huh.
And mostly it's the attitude and the sequence of things that you're going to say. You don't actually have to be the host.
Okay, well, you sure?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so the first thing is I'm going to ask the presenter. the
Okay.
thing.
So if you're ready, then we're going to go straight through the role play. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And because you're at a bit of a disadvantage, the original idea was that I was going to make it a little bit tougher in terms of my
Oh.
attitude, but you want to make it.
Just,
Go ahead.
just make her the host temporarily.
Actually, that's true. But as I said, though, it's not really that important that you become a host, but it's okay. There you go. Now you're the host. Oops. Now you're the host.
Okay, and you are the speaker?
Yes, I am. And Grant is kind of like this guy that's bugging people.
Okay, I'm just going off notes here, so we'll see how it goes. You ready? Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Linda. I am the room host for this presentation. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. First, I gotta speak to you first. Sorry, let's back up, stop, rewind. Okay, so Jose, you are the presenter.
Hey, yeah, it's me.
Great. I'm your room host, and I just want to go through a few things with you.
Sounds good.
All right, first of all, screen
What is this?
sharing. Are you familiar with the screen sharing down the bottom of your screen?
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear what you said, Linda. There was another voice.
Screen
Yeah, I was
sharing.
just wondering, am I in the right room?
We are doing this is the room 28 for
Oh.
Jose's presentation, Jose Cruz, about wildflowers in Japan.
I wanted to see that one. Okay, good.
And if
Sorry.
you don't mind, if you could just wait a second, okay? And
Sure.
if you have any other questions, why don't you put them in the chat, okay?
Sure.
Thanks, all right. And I'm sorry, Jose, I wanted to get back. Are you familiar with the screen sharing?
Think so. I haven't really used Zoom a lot, but I've done it before, maybe around
Okay, well,
June or so.
here, if you go down, put down the bottom of your screen, there's a green button.
Right.
Can you see that? It says screen share.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yep.
Excellent. Click on that.
Good. Yeah. Got
Okay,
it.
and you can see
Oh,
all
yeah.
these on your desktop. You can click on whatever you want to share. But
Right.
before you do that, down the very bottom, there's share computer sound. and-
Right. The
my-
audio buttons, right?
Yeah, could you please check those, both
Yep,
of them?
I remember that part. Yep.
Okay, so you got those
Okay.
checked?
Yep.
All right, excellent. And then, so when you want to share, you'll just push the blue button over there. I guess you just did that, but we don't need that right now. So you can,
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. Okay.
oh,
there you go.
no problem. That's great practice. Okay, and I just have a few things. I'd like to know what you would like to do as the presenter. First of all, do you plan to use breakout rooms?
What do you think?
It's totally up to you. If you want
Ah,
participants to talk or,
Are they difficult to do? I never really used them in class.
okay, well, we can get back to that one, but I suggest if you're not familiar, you probably don't need them.
Okay.
Okay, but if you change your mind, just let me know. The
Yeah.
next one would be questions. How would you
Uh-huh.
like to handle questions from the participants?
Oh, I don't know. Just let them throw them out there. And let their mics stay wide open. Everybody can we'll have a big happy party.
Okay, so they'll just be able to interrupt you as you go along with their questions.
Sure, why not?
All right, it's up to you. And then the next thing I'd like to know about time. At the end of the presentation, would you like me to give you a signal, or how would you like the timing to work?
No, I gotta watch. I'm cool. I think I'm good.
Okay, so would you like me to give any kind of indication, just a hand wave or a 5-minute? No?
No,
You're good?
no, I've given this presentation before, and I think the timing's good. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm good. I'll take care of the timing.
All right, excellent. If there is any problem with the timing, just so you know, I might interrupt because we have to keep the room on time, okay?
Oh, I understand that. Yeah.
All right, so no problem if you got it under control. Okay, so I think that's it. Are we ready? Are you ready, Jose?
I'm set. Yeah, I think we're right up to time, pretty much a
Yeah,
minute
looks like
before.
everyone's here. Okay, so let's start. All right, welcome everyone to this presentation. This is room 28, and the presentation today is Jose Cruz. My name is Linda. I'm the room host. This presentation will be recorded. If you want, you can turn off your camera, and you could change your name too if you don't want to be recorded. Everyone will be muted during the presentation. Okay, I'm going to start the recording now. All right,
How do
so
I do-
welcome to
How
our
do I unmute
presentation.
myself?
This is Jose Cruz. He's presenting on wildflowers in Japan. You ready, Jose?
I am.
Take it away.
Thanks. I have absolutely nothing to say about wildflowers in Japan, but I somehow got approved to do a presentation at JOLT, which is actually an education conference. But that's all I have to say about wildflowers in Japan. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you. So are there any more questions for Jose? We do have a couple of minutes. All right, no? Well,
Typical
I
of
would
my
like
presentation.
everyone to, that was a great presentation. Thank you for your non-presentation. And everyone, let's show a round of applause, appreciation to Jose. If you could unmute. Okay, and let's give him a round of applause, okay? Okay. I have a question. Time out.
Time out.
Am I supposed to tell them about the SIG rooms, or is that just if they seem interested?
It would be nice. So especially like if it's like a Friday or so and people are still just getting acquainted with how the whole conference is. A lot of people are going to be, this is their very first virtual conference. And I think a lot of the hosts on Friday will be getting a lot of questions about how does this work, or where should I go now? What should I do? So be prepared to do that. And you can cut off a lot of it by just saying, especially like Friday morning, okay, now, if you don't know, the conference features these ongoing rooms for help and information, for SIGs and topics. You can visit the EME. What does EME mean again?
Educational
Material-
materials exhibition.
That's right. Okay. So the educational materials exhibition, basically these are commercial companies that have some very interesting products. Enjoy the rest of the conference, make some new friends. We have some hangouts, that kind of spiel. Basically, you're selling a product, which is like, go and check out the rest of the conference. That will probably be something you'll need to do more on Friday, less on Saturday, probably very little on Sunday and Monday.
Mhm.
And you don't need to do that during the recording. I would,
Oh,
Hit
right,
your-
okay.
right, so get the last round of applause and then end it on applause, and then see how everyone goes and say, well, actually, everyone, you know, Professor Cruz ended a little bit early. You can stay and speak if you want, and I'm going to stay until the end of the time, but the room will close at such and such time. Can I recommend that you go to maybe check out some of the SIG rooms, some of the EME exhibits, and generally just enjoy the conference, that sort of thing. You know.
Okay, got it.
You did a great job. You did a great job.
Well, thank you.
And let's see, what was I going to say? Spotlighting. Oh yeah, the mute button. When I said no, just let everyone go nuts, I would probably tell the presenter, well, actually, you know, with these virtual conferences, if all of the mics stay open, we have sometimes a technical problem with the camera straying from your camera or your audio being, overridden by somebody else's open microphone. I really recommend that you ask everyone, or let me ask everyone, to mute their microphones so that then the audio can focus on you. Even if the presenter asks that, If they demand it, then what are you going to do, right? But recommend that all mics stay muted until there's a reason for that person to speak.
Then would it be useful to have people raise their hand and then I can unmute them if the speaker wants to be like interrupted?
So there's
Doesn't mind being, because also there's the background noise if everyone leaves their mics on. That's
exactly. You get ambulance sirens. You get laughing kids. So there's a bunch of ways to do it. And again, this is something you can negotiate with the presenter. But if the presenter leaves it up to you, they can say, well, could you just take the questions in chat and give them to me, around the middle of the presentation, at the end of the presentation. Keep that in mind. And obviously the presenter is like giving you a lot of leeway to choose how to do that.
Mhm.
And so, for example, am I the host?
I'm the host. I was just looking at some things. You can ask all to mute or unmute. That's probably one thing we should have in there as
Yep.
the host.
Okay, so
before
let me write that down. All mute, and I'll get
ask all to unmute, or yeah.
I'll put that in there. So just to point out, this is what I would do if I was host, and I will be hosting something. Let me get a new note here. So I team up my note-taking software with Zoom. So let me share this. This is what I do while the presentation is going. So, Linda's giving a great presentation on wildflowers. And then there's a question here from Sarah. I notice it's a question, obviously, right? It's got a question mark. So I copy it all the way up to where it says from Sarah. Okay, so that then the information of who asked it, you can also see the time when they asked it and the actual question. I bring over to my notes software and whoa, why? I didn't copy that. Okay, so get rid of that. So there, from that copy, I can see that it came from Sarah. It came at 8:38, so at least that gives the presenter the idea that was about 10 minutes into the presentation. There's the question. And, there might be another bunch of those. So let me get this one that was earlier and separate it. There's the other question. So if he asks, are there any questions? Yeah, there are two questions. One from Sarah, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay, second question. This one's from Martin, blah, blah, blah. And no. And that way, I never lose track. I know what time it was. I know who asked it, and it's always there. So in a word processor, in note-taking software, something like that, to paste it, to copy it all the way from the time and the questioner's name, and then you have all the information, right? Then throw that at the presenter when they want. Now, if the presenter wants people to actually be able to speak things, you're going to get chaos if mics are all open. So you say, so if anyone would like to ask a question, can you please use the raise hand button at the bottom of your participants list? If you raise your hand, I can see that you want to ask a question, and I will call everyone in turn.
Okay.
Good.
Yep, got it.
Grant, you got anything for Linda?
I thought she did a great job again. Just a quick tip, as far as if you're not good at toggling screens, I mean, Jose is the master at it, but like 100 screens probably opened up at one time. In these shorter presentations, you can actually just, if there's Q&A in the chat room, just start at the top and go down if that's easier for you. But if you get overwhelmed with questions, you might want to, like as Jose just mentioned, start bringing them out, because you're going to have to scroll all around, and sometimes there's comments in there that are not even questions, and
right. So
be careful with that. But if you find it difficult in a 25-minute presentation, just take it on the fly there from the actual chat. The other thing is as a room host, you control the time. So you might get some people that saying, I didn't get a chance to do it in your presentation, but you might get people saying, I don't want to leave. Why do I gotta leave? What's going on here? And I say, well, that old phrase, you don't have to leave, but you can't stay here. And you close the room down. You have all the keys to all the doors. Respectfully, just be aware that might happen. People, they tend to keep talking and talking, and they get involved in the conversation and say, I'm okay, everyone's sorry, I have to close this room, bye. And
I remember one incident at Pansig where One presenter was very patiently listening to this one person. You know how some people can just an incredible preamble to their question, like the preamble is like 5 minutes long, and finally they get to the question, what's your favorite color? And before that they were talking about the car that they just bought. So this person was going on to this incredible preamble, and I was about to do it myself, but the presenter just cut her off and said, okay, yeah, okay, that's fine, I think I know what you want to say. So be ready to not let someone dominate that entire 5 minutes that is for everyone to share with a preamble that is going on seemingly nowhere. And this just because, you know, for the presenter's sake, you say, okay, I'm sorry, Linda, could you just, what's your question? Could you just get to your question, please? Because we have other people waiting. Just put your thumb right on that. Right? Sarah, Alex, anybody else? Question or a comment or question for Linda even?
Sounded good to me. I think you covered everything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. Everyone's doing great tonight, by
Yeah.
the way. Okay, we're up to 9 o'clock. I will definitely stay because if people want to. If people don't want to, this has now gone 20, 25 minutes longer than I thought it would. And we can give Linda a chance. Jugo, can anyone read that Japanese? Jugo kazoku.
What Japanese?
Yeah, kazoku.
Okay, Jugo kazoku, I'm sorry. Could you either open up your mic or just identify yourself in chat?
That's Louise. It's the other another Louise, because I couldn't open up the Google Drive on my son's computer without going to this and finding the link in the chat again.
I thought I was going to have an opportunity to show everyone how to deal with an intruder.
Oh, do it if you want, but I'm having a terrible trouble. I can't open the Google Doc on my son's computer.
I tell you what, Louise, even if you can't do it tonight, I think these sessions are actually very handy. I'm going to do another one. And
yeah, you know what the hell? I mean, I give up. I give up. Absolutely, I am absolutely fed up. I cannot do anything with my son's ancient computer, and
give him a new one. Give me your old.
I need to
you buy a new one for yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
he's got my old computer. It's a nightmare. I'm leaving from that one.
Okay, go Grant.
Yeah, also remember, so we start tomorrow, so feel free to jump into some rooms and start seeing what everyone else is doing and get a feel for the room.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Before the madness on the weekend happens.
But remember, those people were not trained by me, so don't look at those people and say, "Wow, Jose fucked up there." But maybe they're going to do a better job, and maybe you should have been trained by the person who trained them. Sarah, did you have a question?
Can I push some buttons?
Sure. You want to be
More
host?
than I already am.
You want to be host?
Yeah, because I just want to see what it looks like.
What do you want to do? Oh,
I want to be host, but I want to make sure that breakout rooms actually exist. Okay, good.
They're definitely there. I was going to say there would be a couple of things that I would quickly go over. We're not going to do any more role plays, but just getting back to that thing about potential intruders. I hope Sam put that into the protocol because I wrote up a little bit on that. You do have to be ready. You never know. And especially too, like Grant tried, but he's just too nice a guy to play a really heavy duty intruder. But when somebody is talking too much into the microphone, or they inadvertently leave their microphone on, get ready to hit that mute button. Linda, by the way, you did a good job of like tamping down the one guy who was like getting in the way of your preparation. That was good. But if somebody shows up and they don't have their microphone on, they don't seem to have a normal name kind of thing, right? Be careful. If they're not disruptive, better to not disrupt the presentation by pretending that they're disruptive. So only if someone is being disruptive do you want to act. But if someone is clearly being disruptive, here's what you want to do. You want to try to, while you're juggling all of your hosting duties, make note of the name, either with a screenshot or very quickly scribble it down. Okay? Take note of the name. If the person is being disruptive to the point the presenter has to stop, you tell them, I'm sorry, 15 Kazoku, you're being disruptive. I'm going to give you one more chance to stop. Otherwise, I will kick you out the next time I feel that I have to. And then you just do it, okay? You don't give them any more warnings than 1, 2, okay? I'm sorry, 1 warning, 2, you're gone. The presenter has paid, everybody else is paid, whoever that person was. If you've got their name, they can take it up with the JOC, JCO, JALT Central Office. Hey, how come I was kicked out of that meeting? Well, we have a note here that says our host says that you are being disruptive. Make note of the time, make note of the name, and if you really have to put the hammer down, put it down fast. Don't negotiate with this guy. Don't give them third warnings. Sarah?
What happens if I lock the meeting?
That means no one else will be able to come in from here, from the time that you lock the meeting.
Okay. Are breakout rooms going to be different depending on which one room? Because now I see like ER, call, TYL, lounge, Oli.
All of those breakout rooms have already been set. They're set in settings so that every time this room is restarted, okay, these rooms will be there. So please don't recreate those rooms. But it's okay, even if you did, as long as this thing gets restarted, it's not a big deal. But just a request: don't manipulate those rooms too much. I'll be right with you, Grant. But in terms of breakout rooms, if you haven't done them, have you ever done user selectable breakout rooms, Sarah?
I know how it works, but I haven't done it in class.
That's maybe if we get a chance to do something like this again, we should practice poster presentations, not just live presentations, because that's kind of a slightly different animal in terms of the host's duties. Grant?
Yeah, I was just going to say, please don't lock people out of the room, because we want that sort of fluid thing like we have in a face-to-face conference. You know, you're running late, someone caught you in the hallway, you had a quick conversation, so you run a little late for the presentation, but you do want to see it. So it's our room host's responsibility to make sure that we monitor in and out. So, you know, make sure nobody locks the room. That might be a good thing to add too, Jose, because that's one of the options there. Yeah, one of the options, someone might lock a room and then.
I never thought of that, but yeah, that should be written down. Don't lock the room. That's like, yeah. Don't open the door while the car is moving.
Actually, the Friday night social, Glenn accidentally locked the Friday night social last night, on Friday night.
No, really?
He did.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
okay. Good, okay.
So
Yeah,
I had a quick learn. I learned exactly what not to do. It was very, it was very educational.
see what Glenn did? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm starting to think about stuff that we can do at a second training meeting like this. And if you guys were interested in a second meeting, when would be a good time for you? Because this stuff is covered in the second main room host training meeting that is already a video on YouTube, but there's nothing like actually doing it. And it is my job to make sure you guys are as well. This is my central job. And so I offer my time to you. It's just that from tomorrow, of course, we're all back to school. Oh, no, we're all back to school. We're back to work for the week. So it'll have to be in the evenings, but I'm perfectly happy to do that too. So if you were, can I get okay, first, raise your hands if you would be interested in doing this again sometime in the evening this coming week. And raise your hands in the participants list so that then I can see a little bit better there. Can't, okay, just whatever. Raise your hands in the camera or in the participants list. So that was already 2 people.
I haven't got a hand available in the participants list for some reason, but just I have a yes.
Huh. Oh, because you're a co-host. That's right. I forgot. You're okay. So Sarah, would you be interested? Alex, would you be interested? Got it.
I'd be interested.
Okay, so that makes 3. So that's definitely enough for me to do it. Let's raise hands and cameras because I just realized that, yeah, everybody's a co-host. Let's see, Monday, am I cool? Monday, am I cool? Yes, Monday night, would you like to do it? Tuesday night? Wednesday night? Question, Alex?
I'll go for Monday.
Monday.
Okay.
Linda, what are you voting for?
Monday's okay. Anything but Tuesday.
Ah,
But
okay.
Monday's okay.
Okay. Louise?
I'll go with Monday. Although I just printed everything out here, old school, ready to do it now.
Okay, let's go Monday. 7 o'clock is good for everyone again?
Yeah, okay.
Monday 19. Okay, and we'll go over, if you want to go over what I will be going over on Monday, that will be in Room Hosts Training Meeting number 2. And that was a lot of information about poster presentations, but it'll be different. It won't be me blathering. It will actually be more like this hands-on and role play practice. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, before we split up, questions, comments, sir?
When do we know the full schedule? 'Cause,
Okay,
like, maybe
so-
I'm not even scheduled anyway, so.
I have to go.
See you, Alex.
Okay.
Stay in
Thank
touch
you.
on Slack. Thank you,
Bye.
buddy. Thanks for
Okay.
coming.
See you.
The Room Hosts Documents folder, Sarah, already has, and let me see if I can find the name of it for you.
It stopped at Friday last time I checked.
Okay, so you already know it. So yeah, we're at Friday, as I was telling a few people a little earlier today, that we're fighting hard to get Saturday and Sunday and Monday, which is like really the bulk of the presentations. Friday has a lot more than the other days, but really Saturday, Sunday, Monday is the bulk of things. And because like you guys were coming in a little bit later, helping us out, we had to move around some people and rework the schedule. If if we had everything settled already, the schedule would be up. But Jenny wanted to move things around, get you guys in there, relieve the pressure on some people that were doing a lot of work with your presence, et cetera, et cetera. So the Saturday and Sunday schedule is not up yet. However, I spoke to Jenny today, and she says that if we look at these things without any major breakdowns in the future, it should be good to go by Monday night. The Saturday, Sunday, November the 23rd Monday schedule will be up by tomorrow night.
Okay.
But I can't promise that. I mean, there's so many weird things happening right now, but we're trying our best. Okay. And when we put it up there, it's because it was the soonest that we could. I will tell you this, before I go to sleep tonight, I will publish the squad leaders listings. So you'll know finally, Grant, who your squad members are. You three will know who your squad leaders are. As a matter of fact, I can even show you a little bit here. Let me get this out of the way. Rooms by person.
Martin, did you have a question? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask if you do.
He said he's mostly listening. If he asks a question, Grant, he'll probably ask in chat.
Well,
Anyway.
No, I did. I turned my mic on. No, I raised my hand to agree to a Monday evening.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So we hope...
Okay.
Great.
And I'll try and be in a situation where I can turn my camera and mic on.
Cool. All right. So back to my share, just to show you very briefly, I just want to put the final touches on this schedule. And you can see that over here on the left-hand side, scrolling up and down, are the room hosts here, and it's alphabetical by first name. Unfortunately, we don't have separate fields for first and last name, but it's not that much harder when there's only 65 people to find yourself alphabetically by your first name. So if you were to look for, let's say, Sarah, there she is. Your squad leader is Sam Kawakami, okay? Now, you want to check out Sam Kawakami's entire squad. There it is, and there's the rest of your squad. Okay, so this will be on the same document, easy to find right there. Maybe not that great to print out, but you're perfectly welcome to pluck this off here, put this in a separate document, and then you can have two separate documents. But just, we can't put these 75 rows into one A4 sheet anyway. And probably stuff like this, you don't really need to know much more besides the name of your squad leader and the rest of your squad members. So maybe just copy and paste. Now, this will be up by tonight before I go to bed. It just has to take a little bit more formatting and an announcement in Slack that it's available. Okay. Next question.
My question is, who was that person who came in and went out again?
Yeah, there was someone who was there.
I don't remember. Who was it?
Am I the only person who saw
No,
them?
I saw it. It looked like a maybe Korean name or something.
Korean sounding.
Oh, okay. So let me explain about this room. This room right now is wide open on EventZilla. The green button is always up, and anyone, literally anyone with an Eventzilla account can access this room right now. And they are invited to do so. If you read the description to this room in Eventzilla, it says, please test your Eventzilla access by using this room. So through most of the day, people come in here and they go, what is this? Just at this time, they see like all of these people, and we're talking about, oh yeah, this conference is going to be like great. And they're going, oh, what is this? So maybe they just came, tested, and then left. And so it looks like a meeting. You're right, it was a meeting. So that'll happen too, right? And we will use this room again on Monday. Okay. And if that happens, I would probably like to ask one of you to actually handle that. Get them to identify themselves, get them to explain themselves, and then shuffle them along as quickly as possible. That would be an interesting sort of exercise.
I think we have two rooms actually. So one is the test, and we're actually, I think we're in this one here, help and information.
Right. So help and information is already like the test access room right there. And or no, is this the same room now, Grant?
No, it's not. We have two rooms.
Okay. So yeah.
They might merge them later after we get going on.
By the way, Grant, can you just stay right there? Oh, okay, it's okay. I was talking about the SIG and discussion room. That was the SIG and discussion room that I was talking about. Okay. And basically shunt people over there and tell them, go hang out there or find some friends within your specialty field, that kind of thing. And if you don't have a specific spiel to it, it's not bad. You know, just it's not a bad thing. Just you want to be kind of a salesman-y type, right? Or was it? There's help and information, EME information booth, and
this is where it starts.
Yeah, and those are them. Those are the three main rooms that we'll have. Okay, so people say, well, I don't have a presentation to watch or for the next 3 hours. Any place I can hang out? Oh, certainly, sir. You know, go hang out by SIG, go hang out by just general hangouts, go check out our EME booths. Lots of things to do here.
Networking has 32, yeah.
Yeah, lots. Okay, if there were no other questions, thank you very much. You guys did a great job, by the way. We'll meet tomorrow night, and maybe we'll give Louise and maybe Martin, I don't know, and Sarah their chance to go through the paces.